Hey y'all, and welcome back to the meetup, episode 32. We have a packed house. If you're listening, there's 4 people here right now. We have a very special guest. I'm Demitra Carter. I'm joined with Johnny Pace and Nia Gibson. And we have a marathon runner, an Olympic medalist in the building. Welcome to the meetup, Molly. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me in today.
You're doing your last training back in Austin, which is why you're here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Made it really convenient to just stop on by. I run past the building all the time.
How was your first impression?
First impression of the building, it's really big.
Is it what you expected?
I think it's more than what I expected.
Nice.
I feel
gonna come back.
well, that's the thing. Now I know where all the snacks are, so I'm just gonna stop in.
Yeah, that's a little known secret. You gotta know where the snack bar is at. But yeah, I feel like people maybe don't know that like FloTrack has like a physical space, and so we're so glad to have you.
Yeah, no, it's great to stop by. I feel like it worked out really well. I came back to do like my last 3 weeks or so of the build here in Austin, get a little heat and humidity. So it's been fun getting to be around town again.
Well, you told me before the show that this was kind of like a parlay from ACL, that like you came down here.
Yeah. Basically, I had been in Flagstaff training, doing my block, and because originally I'd planned on racing Sydney earlier in the year, we'd gotten ACL tickets. I was all ready for that to be like my postseason. And then we kind of flipped the script a bit. And when I switched to New York, I was like, well, I still kind of got to do ACL. So I came out for a week, went back to Flagstaff, and was like, oh, I think I want to finish it up in Austin.
Yeah.
So yeah, got me back out.
What was the best act? I missed the whole thing. I didn't see a single show.
Actually, Disco Lines was a really fun show.
Yeah.
But I feel so foolish because like Sabrina Carpenter was an awesome show, and I'm not that big of a Sabrina Carpenter fan, but like I'm fully sold on it now.
Same. I was in the crowd. I said, "There's fireworks." I'm like, I only know like 3 songs. I'm a Sabrina fan now, but yeah, I was at ACL, but I only went one day.
Oh, you only did one? Mm-hmm. Okay, your legs probably thank you for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever been that tired after a weekend because I was doing like my normal marathon training in the morning, and then we'd be there all afternoon for the first weekend. I could only handle one weekend.
Yeah.
But I got like by the final day, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe people do 2 weekends of this.
Is that a thing?
I can't believe people do 3 days of it. Because I was like, after Saturday, like there was some dust in my lungs. I said,
Bro, I've been like coughing for like weeks from it. That's like poor man's altitude. It's still in my sinus.
Music festivals are a lot. I've never been to ACL, but I've been to Rolling Loud like 3 times, and it's crazy. It feels like a workout. You feel like you did a really crazy, hard, unnecessary leg day.
Honestly, that was it. Like, because my dancing is chaos anyway, so I'm just jumping up and down.
Exactly.
And the next day, I'm like, oh my God, what did I do?
Calves are
Cross
screaming.
training.
Yeah, but hopefully the hills of New York will it'll pay off there.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I love it.
I did have one question that like we could get. I'm really curious about this New York build, but having trained for the Chicago Marathon here in Austin, I'm curious what as a marathon prepper, like Flagstaff versus Austin, like what are your
It's
takeaways?
funny because they're like, I think a lot of people would automatically say, oh, you've got to be in Flagstaff, altitude. But I actually find that the humidity and heat here, it gives you such a different kind of fitness. Like we were out at Yellow Jacket Stadium on Tuesday, and it was really humid and pretty hot. And like I could feel like I was really glad that I've actually been training in that quite a bit because I felt actually quite good in it. But it's a different kind of beast. Like I was here over the summer training a little bit, and it's hard in the humidity.
Put it mildly.
Like it's no joke. So I think it's that. I think Flagstaff gives me a very specific kind of fitness, and here gives me a very specific kind of fitness, and it's just kind of balancing it.
Best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Were you training with Good Pain or rolling solo for the workout?
No, I was with Bat City.
Nice.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah,
So
it's
good
nice.
crew.
They've always got like a pretty solid crew.
Sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love it. Now I want to dive into New York Marathon coming up. I didn't realize that. I mean, it makes sense though, but training in different places, specifically Austin for the heat and humidity.
Yeah.
So what's your strategy going into New York, and how does like coming to Austin play a role in all of that?
Yeah, so I've been coming out to Austin for probably about like maybe a year and a half now, pretty consistently. And I just find like I love training here. It's got a great community. I feel like it's got killer hills that you can train on. And so I think going into a race like New York, where it's my first race back in like 2 years or so. And so I'm kind of using it as like a building race. I know I'm not going to go out and necessarily be like blowing the world apart with it. So I think like for me, it was really important to go into this one feeling really healthy, even if I'm not at like peak fitness, but just going in really like mentally happy with where I am. And I feel like Flagstaff is very good for getting in like ultimate peak shape. And Austin, I think, is really good for me of having a little bit better like life balance, training balance. So I think I'm going into it being like, okay, like I kind of wish I had maybe a few more weeks of training and fitness, but also like I'm really just happy with where I am mentally and physically. So we'll see how it goes.
I love it.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah. I haven't raced it since Chicago 23.
Wow.
I've been extremely injured.
What has that been like these last 2 years? Like what? That's a congratulations. I'm excited for you. That's huge.
Thank you.
But yeah, taking 2 years to get that back. What has that journey been like?
It's honestly been really hard. Like I would say that it's probably been 2 of the toughest years of my career. Coming off Chicago, I was just in like my life was kind of a mess. Like physically, I wasn't in a good spot, and I ended up breaking my kneecap a month out from the Olympic trials in the beginning of 24. And I think that was a really big wake up call for me that I needed to like just really, I don't know, get my life in order and lock down a lot of things, make some pretty big changes. Yeah. And so I'm really hoping that like going forward, my racing is kind of a reflection of just like being in a better place in my life. I think after winning the medal in 21, it's been pretty up and down for me. So I would just really like to be able to put some like consistent results on the board and just show where like being in a good, stable place is like put me.
I'm so happy to hear that. And something that's been on my mind is I feel like in Chicago, you set the bar very high. Dare I say iconic with your fit with the Oakleys? You were the first one to wear those Oakleys like that.
It's so funny how like that's become really popular now because when I showed up to my first practice wearing those, the amount of crap that I got from my teammates, they're like, did you pick those up at a gas station? Like, where'd you come from, 2001? And now it's like, I don't know, I'm really excited for like the glasses that I'm going to wear in New York. I love getting to find like vintage Oakleys.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun. But yeah, it's been fun seeing that like eye jacket redux now like become popular.
I give you full credit for setting that trend. So.
Oh my God, thank you.
I'm excited.
Everyone's like, oh, you're wearing the Philly Bowden glasses. I'm like, I wore them first.
We got proof.
Molly, you've had like such high highs. Obviously, you had some lows. What's going to make the 2025 New York City Marathon different?
Oh, I think for me, it's just going in with a really different focus. I think when I ran there in 21, when I set the American course record, I was just in a really tough place. Like I came off the Olympics and I very much kind of had that like just like severe post-Olympics crash. Like I was just in a pretty bad mental spot. But I think for me at the time, I was like, oh, like as long as I'm really fit and I'm running fast, like everything's fine. Racing well, like makes my whole life fine. And I think the last like now 4 years of growth has shown like, no, like I really want to prioritize like mentally and physically being in a good spot, like being surrounded by people that I love, like getting to have a lot of fun, even if I'm not necessarily like winning the damn thing. Like I really want to go out and be able to show like, okay, like there's going to be progress over the next few years. Because my goal is 2028. It's not the 2025 New York City Marathon. As much as I've like trained really hard for this race, want it to be a good race, like I'm setting my sights 3 years down the road.
You kind of have like this glowing smile, like from the minute you walked in with Ryan. Can you just talk a little bit more, just expand more on how, like just the tangible benefits of really putting yourself first and your mental first?
Yeah, I think for a really long time, it's been like, I think I had just been primarily performance focused and really just sacrificed a lot of things. I think I would kind of like hold myself off up in Flagstaff and I don't know, just really try to like push myself to the very edge of training. And that definitely got me like really, really good results, but it's really hard to maintain that over the long term. And I think what I enjoy most about being in Austin is like, I've got a really good friend group here outside of running as well as like within running. And just, there's a lot of stuff to do. I feel like I get to be a real person here. And so that's really fun. And I think being able to make sure I've got like a normal life outside of running, which is my job and my passion, but I need to be able to like have some boundaries there.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, we have a lot of products sitting around here. And before we even go into the product, you told us a crazy story about your dog. And I want you to tell everybody the story now.
Yeah, so my girlfriend's dog loves to eat everything in sight. Like anytime I leave a bag on the ground, like he's going through it. And he's a mini Labradoodle, so he's no more than 20 pounds. He might be 24 now because he's been eating a lot of things. But
that's funny.
Literally last night we got back and he had gotten into my backpack and I had all of my Maurten gels. It was probably like 5 or 6 Maurten 140s in
the
this
tall
pouch.
boys?
Yeah, the tall boys.
Oh, no.
He'd gotten in and just slurped those right up. So like he's supposedly on a diet right now, but I think he probably had like close to a half marathon's worth of
Yeah. Well, he's in PR.
hydrogel in him.
He's carb loaded.
Well, that's the thing. I might just take him on my workout
I was
tomorrow.
about to say he's loaded up. Why not?
He's topped off, baby. Like he's ready to go.
Well, I know that hurts. I know you work with Maurten, but those things ain't cheap. Those are.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. I was like, bro, that's like $50 worth of Maurten right there. Okay, luckily they'll send me more.
Also, they were seemed like I saw your photo shoot with Pierce in town. Seemed like you guys were
Just
letting a few
spraying them
go,
all over me.
spraying them. Yeah.
Well, that was the thing too. Is like I just had like a box of it in the back of my car because it was like a pretty last minute shoot, and so we just used the product that I had on hand. But there is such a specific way because in those shoots they want us to be like pulling out the entire Maurten as one piece. And it's really hard. You have to have like a fresh one to get that. And so we kept like ripping them open. If anything was even mildly torn, we had to toss it. So I think we probably went through like, I want to say 20 to 25.
Oh my gosh. Well, did the pics come out?
I think the pics should be coming out soon. I got some unusable ones that we can't put on there. But yeah, it was pretty fun. But I left the shoot just like covered in Maurten gel because you're having to like put it on at that point.
Committed to the bit.
That's my new like facial routine.
Yeah. Well,
Let me. I mean, your skin looks good, so let me know.
No, but I was like straight up like, you know, when like the TikTok girls are like, I want to look like a glazed donut. Like I was like glazed up like a Hadid sister. Like it was shimmery.
yeah.
I'm impressed. You should have got on TikTok with that. Make an account.
I know that'll be my hard launch onto TikTok.
Your hard launch. I love it. Now, going to this marathon, like, what does your intake look like, and have you been training with it?
Yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing that's changed for me over my marathon career is like my first marathon, I didn't train with any sort of gels. I kind of went in being like, oh, running's enough. And I think that the benefit of having gotten to work with Maurten over the last now 5 years is just learning how important it is to be not only using pretty high carb fueling in the race, but also in practice. So pretty much all of my sessions, I'm using some sort of fueling. Even like on Tuesday when we're doing track work, I'm taking gels in between reps just to teach my stomach how to handle it, because that's such a big part of like on race day, you don't want to go from like taking 0 grams an hour to all of a sudden taking like 60 to 70.
Well, back in college, at least at my program, like fueling during workouts was
unheard of.
Unheard of. Preposterous.
We weren't allowed to drink water during long runs. And so now it's like, it is so like amazing the difference that it makes. Like on a long run, not only like in the run, but like how you recover afterwards. Like you aren't smashed for days after a long run when you're able to get it in. But a lot of it is just practice.
I think what's really delightful about the Maurten specifically, because like if you just like, I know like nerd gummy clusters are hot right now, and those are great.
I don't know how people are chewing those, though.
Oh, it's easy.
See, if
like,
you start vibing during them, you're not vibing. That's the problem.
Maybe that's it.
That's the missing component because they're delicious.
But I guess it's that when I'm running at pace, I couldn't imagine anything worse. This is also like my biggest like personal red flag for myself is that I actually really don't love like gummy candies. I know. I know. You're going to be
during
like,
Halloween. Come on.
No, but that's the thing. It's always been like that. I only like Swedish Fish as a gummy candy. I can't like Sour Patch Kids are foul.
Oh.
Yeah. And so like I really don't love a Nerds gummy cluster. I'm sorry if I have to get kicked out right now.
I might have to talk to somebody.
We have some Swedish Fish back there though. We could figure something out.
Okay, I could do with that. Or like a Scandinavian swimmer from Trader Joe's. So good. But no, I'm like all chocolate otherwise.
That makes sense. Okay, well, when you're done being an elite marathoner and you go party pace, you can start having Swedish Fish, chocolate.
See, I'll bring you guys in as my training advisors, then you can teach me how to be taking the Nerds gummy clusters.
Yeah, that is so funny. Yeah.
So I had two questions. I think it's amazing, like the way the Maurten's like structured, that like the way it absorbs. I think it's really pushed marathoning to a new level.
It's something about that hydrogel. It's like the sodium alginate in it that it's like it sits in your stomach pretty well. And I feel like that's the biggest thing when you're just taking a lot of gels. I mean, I'm taking close to, if I'm using the drink mix or like the gels, it's close to like 9 gels during a marathon. So you got to have something that you can like keep down. And that's the biggest thing, because you feel it like when you hit mile 22, 23, you got to have carbs in your system. 100%. Otherwise, like those last few miles in New York are really painful if you don't.
Okay, here's like my burning question. I got put on to bicarb this summer in Tokyo. They were kind enough to provide me some for the Media 800, and Yeah, very prestigious, kind of the premier event of the world champs.
You should ask what time he took
Yeah, I was
before
about
the
to say,
race.
ask him if he took it correctly.
I
and
would
the
love to
instructions.
hear your bicarb regimen here.
Yeah. So Nia and I were Ubering.
Yep, I was with you.
We had to do a pickup from a hotel.
Mind you, I was there on time.
Yeah. I texted our friends at Maurten the night of, and so they were like, well, we can get you in the morning. So we take it on the Uber to the stadium. We're running a little bit late. We did a morning show.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the bowl. And for those who don't know, like you got to mix the bicarb up in the bowl. It was just the sachets of
Did you just raw dog it in a sachet?
So basically what I did is I had a water bottle. I poured the gel. I mixed the hydrogel up in a water bottle.
Yeah.
That thing
And
was
then-
solid.
And then got the pellets in there. And it was out of a water bottle. And Nia, I said, Nia, avert your eyes. Like, it's not
Wait,
going
you
to be
just
pretty.
shot it? Like,
Yeah, so I had like in a plastic water bottle. And
I watched the whole thing.
30 minutes before the race.
No,
30 minutes
no.
before. I was rolling the dice. And you know, they say try something new on race day, right? That's
They
the
do
old
say
saying.
that.
I
That's what
actually
they
have
lead with.
heard that.
Yeah.
A lot, yeah.
So I took that to heart. I'm like, yeah, 30 minutes before the race, I'm going to give it a go. I loved it. It changed everything. I don't think I wouldn't advise it, but
I hate to tell you this, but I think you took it so close to the race that it
Stop.
might not have actually done anything. Like, I'm taking mine 2 hours out.
Okay.
No, you're correct. I don't think it. I'm not. I think
I
it
didn't read
was-
the instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Maybe all of like the wrong ways that he did it like added up.
add it up.
Right.
I will say I was not sore at all the next day. That was an interesting
Wow.
Okay.
side effect. And I think that's because at least people at Maurten hypothesize that it's like buffering that lactic acid so you're not damaging your muscles. Anyways, enough about me though. Do you incorporate the bicarb with marathoning?
Yeah, so Chicago was the first one that I used bicarb at, and
Yeah.
that's my PR now in the marathon. But I actually really like using bicarb, especially for like even when I'm doing like longer trail stuff too,
Yeah.
like when you're out there for a couple hours, I find it's really, really helpful. Not only for the buffering, but it makes the pH of my stomach be able to handle gels much better.
Oh.
I find that getting the proper dose is really, really important because like taking too much can also like really throw you for a
Really
loop.
throw
I had
you.
a very hard learning lesson at Boulderthon, my prep race a couple weeks ago. But no, I find that it's one of those things that it's like sodium bicarbonate is such a like basic thing,
Yeah.
but it can be so useful. So yeah, I feel like that's one of those things that is kind of like a secret weapon.
Yeah. So you would take it like before a marathon.
Yeah, so my usual protocol with it is 2 hours before a race, generally when like our elite buses are going to the start.
Yeah.
I'm mixing it up in my little bowl. And so I have that 2 hours out, and usually that gives me enough time for it to like
Yeah.
get into my system. But like the main thing, you cannot chew. You cannot
Don't.
chew. We had
Were you
what was
chewing?
it? Hmm?
Were you chewing?
Were you chewing?
I did watch a little bit.
Well, so this is the thing. It was a year ago out at the Boston Marathon. I did this relay race with the Maurten crew. It's called the Paul Revere Classic. And the night before the Boston Marathon,
The world famous.
yeah, the world famous Paul Revere Classic. But you do a relay race along the Boston Marathon course, and it's absolute chaos. But we're driving to the start, and these are like Maurten employees. And they're taking bicarb before.
no.
And from the back seat of this van, I start hearing like munch, munch, munch.
Uh-oh.
And I'm
You're
like,
like-
what are you guys doing? Like, you can't be chewing that.
That's a roll of the dice.
No, it's a learning curve for everybody.
It's exciting to me. I'm not going to name names, but some of the sprinters amongst us said they used to just spoon baking soda. And
Oh, I think a lot of sprinters still do.
Yeah.
I've heard Gabby Thomas does that.
wow.
Like she'll just drink it out of a water bottle
That's
because she is
that's
far
respect.
tougher than the rest of us. If you've ever, I'll sometimes do that of like the night before a hard workout. I'll put a teaspoon of baking soda in water, mix it up, and just shoot it.
Wow.
And it is not for the faint of heart. I don't know how they're doing that before they run.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It
It's like
tastes
soap.
It tastes horrible. I do want to know though, like, because you've had a long career so far. It's been going well. I want to know what the difference was between Molly the athlete, Molly the marathoner, when you left Notre Dame versus what you think she is now.
Ooh, it's so funny because I feel like I've had so many almost like different phases of my career. And it's been really cool. Even just like, I feel like when you're in it, you can't see the growth. And then looking back, you're like, whoa, I'm like a totally different person. And I was such a little psychopath when I came out of college. Like, I think like when I came out of college, I was coming out as like a 4-time NCAA champion. And like, I think I really thought I was going to be this like top level track athlete. And I think it was kind of like the ego hit that I needed to be able to be like, oh, you're actually not good at the 10K. Like, and I went through a lot of struggles in the beginning part of my career. But I ultimately think that that's what turned me into a marathoner later on. I think just that, like, having to stick with it and kind of be in the weeds of it. And even when it's not going well, being like, no, like, I truly do love doing this. And that kind of commitment to, like, sticking through even in the really, like, just like the gross, icky times, I think that really helped over these last 2 years of like last year, it was really hard. Like I went with Maurten to Paris to go do some sponsor stuff, but like being there and watching the Olympic marathon and not being in it, like that was brutal. But at the same time, like I think it really helped me remember like, no, like I truly love this sport. I want to be able to be in this sport. And like, I'm going to do anything I have to like do to make sure that like I'm on that line in 2028. Even if that means having to take a big step back, even if that means having to change the way that I'm doing things. But like, that's just part of the growth. It's being able to like, just look at things and be like, okay, got to be creative, got to like, just keep working hard, got to stay with it.
I love that. All right, I have rapid fire questions for the final thing. But before I do that, Johnny or Nia, any final questions?
I'm good.
It's been so much fun. I don't want it to end, but
Yeah.
I was gonna just mention last time we ran together, you said you were also pursuing a degree. Is that still?
Oh, I am graduated, baby.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
What did you graduate with?
So I got my MBA with a concentration in marketing. So
Wow.
we'll see what I end up doing with that. It was pretty cool to get to do that over the last couple of years. It was like a program through the U.S. Olympic Committee. They were like, we'll give you a scholarship. Go do it. And it's so nice not being in school anymore right now. I have so much free time.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
MBA.
Mm-hmm. So hit me up for any businesses you have. I'll be
And will.
moderately okay at best.
I love it. All right, I have some fun rapid fire questions for you. Feel free to just answer shortly or give a reasoning. I'll let you decide. Just vibe. Yeah. All right, first one, track, road, or trail?
Ooh, that's tough. I know I'm about to run a road marathon, but like honestly, trail.
Oh.
Okay. What's your go-to mantra when a race gets tough?
Girl, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
What's your ultimate post-race meal?
Ooh, usually a burger and a beer, but honestly, just the quickest thing that isn't like sugary sweet.
I love it. All right, biggest running ick.
Biggest running. Oh no, there's
Yeah.
so many. Oh, I'm so sorry, but probably like doing a track workout and doing a wide angle selfie while on the track. I'm so sorry if anybody here has done that.
I'm going to go to my Instagram and delete things. I'm kidding. All right, then my last one, gold medal or world record, if you can only have one.
Gold medal. Yeah.
Ooh, why?
Records get broken. You got a medal forever.
I love it. Well, thank you.
Thanks,
You
guys.
have any questions about her answers? I know we had a hot take earlier. She's about to run a road race and didn't pick road.
Well, yeah, I feel like trail is getting a lot of attention. I'm hearing more and more about trail. Like people love trail.
It's really fun. Like it's always been a big part of my like training. And honestly, after New York, I'm probably going to focus mostly on trail for the next 2 years.
Oh, nice.
Like it just keeps me healthier, and
Yeah.
especially coming back to doing the marathon, like all I did at the beginning of this year was trail. And so, yeah, actually the next race I have on tap after New York is Black Canyon 100K
Oh,
in
wow.
February.
Oh.
Yeah. So
There you go.
That's insane.
it's going to be a little bit nuts. I'm like kind of terrified, but it'll be fun.
In American units, how many miles is that?
That is 62 miles.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And have you, obviously you've trained, but like, have you ever done that 100K race before?
No. This will
Okay.
be the first time.
And can I ask why?
Honestly, I really like trail racing. I think I'm pretty strong at it, and it seems like a really fun challenge. And honestly, I think it'll make me better at the marathon someday. But if I want to just switch to trail afterwards, like, I don't know. I'm kind of leaving my career open and just seeing where I want it to go.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I think anybody who runs a marathon's crazy, and ultra and 100K is up there too.
Real psycho.
But it's inspiring. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, maybe I can come check back in with you guys in a
Yeah.
couple months. Let you know how the ultra.
Girl, I'll be checking it on you. I'll be.
You're just gonna see me running around town, like, be like, she's still going, man.
Iron Man next.
Oh no, I refuse.
no.
I'm not swimming for that long.
Oh.
No.
What a regular triathlon then.
I've done regular triathlons, and I gotta say, I think I just really only like the running.
Fair.
Also, other ick, those triathlon outfits, the onesies.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
the worst.
no,
That's fair.
Nobody looks good in
They're
that.
pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I gotta stick to like a better fit at least.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We will all be cheering you on at New York. Thank you. I'm happy that you're here.
Thanks, guys. This was so much fun.
I love it. And then right after this break, after Molly unfortunately is going to leave us, and we're going to be cheering for her, we're going to bring on Devontae Ford to finish our New York Marathon preview. See y'all soon.
Curly celebrating 30 meters out.
5,000 meters on the track, ready to roll. Collegiate national lead.
In the close there on her inside, but it looks like Shaheen could take this front to 200-meter final.
Brad Fisher, the American record holder.
This is superhuman.
But Holloway crossed the line. He's only 3 100ths outside the world record.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back from this commercial break. We have Devontae Ford now. Welcome back. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, guys. I'm on the ground this time.
You made it to for context, he was at the bar last episode. Now he's on the floor. We're moving up.
What you been up to?
Living life, man. You know, ready to talk about another marathon. Every time I come here, we're talking about a marathon.
Yes, sir. Big marathon guy now.
Yeah, I love them.
I love it. We had a really good chat with Molly, and keeping in honor of all things New York Marathon, we're going to go ahead and go into the track and field deep dive. Kicking things off, we have Sifan Hassan making her New York City Marathon debut. She recently won the 2025 Sydney Marathon, and she was the first woman to medal at the Paris Olympics in the 5K, 10K, and marathon, which is insane. And she has won 4 of her 6 career major marathons. I am so excited to see Miss Sifan racing in New York.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. I'm so excited to see what she's going to pull out, especially with her not running world championships. So what are you preparing for us in New York City? That's my biggest thing right now. We probably might need to do like a Hassan tracker or something like that. But I got you covered. I'll do it. Once I get the approval from upstairs.
Yeah. So Sifan is just such a dominant athlete and fun to root for and a fun personality. But every time she steps on the line, you know she's about to maybe run away with it. Except this time she's going to have a really, really deep field to contend against, which I think is going to be the most exciting thing. Is the amount of women, major marathon, New York City champions, Boston Marathon champions that she's going to be lining up against. It's going to be a battle for the ages, and no matter what happens, it's going to be electric. And Sifan doesn't lose often, so it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, but do you guys think that not running a world champs might affect her? Because as a sprinter, short sprinters, all things like that, running at those big meets really help you out a lot. You build momentum for the season. Obviously, in Paris, she was very dominant in multiple different events. So she's used to that mileage on her legs, but now she doesn't have that. So for some people, not having that mileage isn't good.
Yeah, I think we'll see. We kind of heard with Molly earlier in this episode where she was going to run Chicago, but then switched things. Or was it Sydney or Chicago? I think it was Sydney.
She ran Sydney.
Or it was something that she switched around, and she was like, well, now I'm training for New York. Because that's why she was like, she did this whole ACL thing.
Yeah.
But originally New York wasn't on the docket, and I think Sifan's been running. She just hasn't run in New York. So I think her running in Sydney and then winning in Sydney, and to your point, she doesn't lose often. I think she has the mileage in her legs, and I think Worlds might benefit her because I think you can only run 26.2. It's kind of like what English Garden used to say, you only got so many bullets in the chamber. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see I feel like there's just differences and nuances. I don't know if racing into shape may apply too much to a marathoner like Sifan, especially with her type of range, and just the fact that, to your point, racing into shape marathon wise is a little different. That's a lot of miles. And they have to actually structure their season in a way where it's all right, the way I'm training for this course, depending if it's hilly or flat or whatever the case may be different from that course. And I know she's been targeting New York City, and she decided to give up world championships because of it.
I think it's worth diving in a little bit deeper on the rest of the women in this field, but I think what they need to be prepared for is that it may be an unconventional race. It could unfold different ways. It could be tactical. It could be the last mile that the hammer drops, and you need to be ready to really run quick. And I think that lends itself to Sifan because she's got such a range. She's good from short distances up to the marathon. That makes her a bit of a weapon, no matter how the race unfolds. And it's going to unfold interestingly, just given the depth of the women.
Yeah, 100%. Somebody else that's in this field on the elite side of things, we just dropped a workout Wednesday, but Sharon Lucchetti, she won the New York City Marathon in 2:23:23. She became only the 8th athlete to win in her marathon debut in New York.
And Boston
You got
Marathon record holder.
Yes, and you got to Nia, you got to see her workout. Yeah, I was like Johnny edited the video, so I'm like I've got it mixed up. But Nia, you got to see firsthand what her training looks like. Talk to me about it.
Oh, she's a dog. She's an absolute dog. I believe for that workout she did a tempo first, and then they did like 6x800s.
That's right.
And it felt like she wasn't even phased by anything. You had her coach who would just like, he called himself the bottle boy. And he would literally, he said, yeah, we got bottle service, all sorts of stuff. You can sit passenger seat and see me work, Nia. And he would drive up next to him just to make sure that they were getting fueled and hydrated appropriately throughout the races, throughout the workouts, so that they can do what they need to do. And she just looked dominant the entire time. She was so well aware of her pace. She kept it super like just consistent throughout, that it's like she's gonna be one of those people you have to consider her when going into New York City.
I love it. Go ahead.
And there's some interesting stuff on that. Maybe should we play the clip first?
That's what I was about to say. We have a clip, a portion of that workout Wednesday that we can watch right here.
We're, in a position to be as strong as we've ever been. This is probably the best field that she's ever raced. To win this race, you have to be probably as fit as you've ever been.
Wow.
Very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Yeah, so this is out now. You can watch it. But I think, the point at which we filmed it was late August. And as I was editing this, I was like, I feel like there's more to the story. I'd like to get in touch with her coach. And so actually 2 or 3 days ago, I got on the phone with him, Stephen Haas, the coach of Dark Sky out in Flagstaff. And it was really cool. I don't think I get that opportunity often to like speak to a coach or an athlete like days before the race. And so like combining the context of this workout with what's been going on the last 2 months was like super interesting. This workout was ahead of the Copenhagen half, where she ran 65 minutes, very fast. But just to hear from coach, what they've been up to the last 2 months, kind of bridge that gap to go up to the marathon distance. There's been a lot more volume. And he also just explained that I asked him about like, how do you see this race unfolding given the depth and given her previous accomplishments? Again, she's the Boston Marathon record holder, an extremely hilly course. Slightly, I would say it's probably harder from a hill perspective than New York. New York is challenging, though. It's not like Chicago, which is pancake flat. He just said that like Sharon needs to kind of take this race, throw the first punch, I guess, because the other women that she'll be racing against are such dominant athletes that if it becomes their race, and that no, Sharon could maybe be the one to set the narrative on how it unfolds. But she's I really couldn't even tell you who to predict on this, but
yeah, in this same field, we have another defending champion coming back, Helen O'Beary, and her and Sharon and Helen have seen each other plenty of times. And we have this picture of them together, literally running together. Like, it's not the first time they'll see each other. And I think images will look very similar come New York Marathon. Maybe throw other people in there, but like, it's going to be similar. It's going to be a lead pack, and Sharon's going to get up. People are going to stick with her. And I think, as one of y'all said it might be the last mile when like the breakaway finally happens. You know what I mean? It might come down to it.
And that's how it was last year. You had 3, really strong women just gutting it out to the last mile. I'm so stoked. Side note, I'm going to be on the lead, hopefully on the pace car with this women's race. And I think it's going to be so good because it's going to be such a battle.
Yeah.
But I was with Coach Dathan, Helen's coach, like 2 or 3 days ago in Boulder. And he said he was like shocked at just how strong she's looking too.
Helen be cooking. Let me tell you. Yeah.
It's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be a Kenyan sweep this year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. I had the pleasure of being not close with Helen, be clear, but I worked at On, so I was close with the training program and the shoes that they put her in, the outfits that they put her in. But it's the way that On thinks about things, especially when it comes to an elite marathoner like Helen. Yeah. Like, everything's thought through, from what's on her feet to her socks to everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she shows up in. I guess it's probably light spray. But on top of that, like, I'm really looking forward to how they outfit her out and what happens with it. And also, Helen's a mom. Like, I don't know, something about every time that she wins or runs fast, I'm like, you're fast and you're a parent. Like, it's so fascinating to me. And her family's typically at the end of the finish line, win, lose, or draw. So I'm excited for it.
Seems to be the key.
Yeah.
Faith, Shelly, Helen.
So if you want to run fast, have a kid. That's what I learned in the marathon. Going to the men's side of things. On the men's side, the entire 2024 podium will be returning. Yeah, they're all last year's top finishers coming back. We have Nagiji, who rose to the top of the podium. We have Evans Chebet, who made history by winning both the Boston and New York City marathons in 2022. I'm excited for this. And
Any other new entrants?
Yes. We have so many people running this one. And then we have Eliud Kipchoge, two-time Olympic champ, pulling up.
Mm-hmm.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, yeah. The GOAT himself is making his debut in New York City Marathon. A lot of debuts happening between him. I'm excited to see, and it's going to be fun. And I'm kind of selfishly happy. It's on like American soil. Like I feel like I love New York Marathon.
Ooh, this is going to be so fun to watch. Kipchoge is my favorite, having been, obviously Olympic champion multiple times. Once upon a time was the world record holder. He has 4 of the fastest times ever out of the last 10 or whatever. But
Only man to break 2 hours.
Yeah, he was the first human to break the 2-hour marathon. But they it was 1:59, 2019, but it was unofficial because they had a pacemakers, aids, all the things. But he did it.
He still did it, yeah.
Yeah, he did it. First human to do it.
He shifted the paradigm. I think he has inspired a generation, and him not having run New York yet is just terribly exciting that we get to see that. I think it's the only one he hasn't won.
Oh, this is the only major marathon that he hasn't ran at.
After this, he'll get the major 6-star medal.
Oh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's so wild to me that a marathoner of his prestige hasn't ran in New York City yet. Because when I learned that it was his debut, I was like, wait, for real?
I heard a lot of people
Better late than
like
never.
the course.
Oh.
Not as much as Chicago. Everybody brags about Chicago's course so much.
It's fast.
Yeah. I mean, I've done both. I think New York is, of course, you can always run fast in New York, but having done both, Chicago's where you go to PR, and New York is where you really, it's about competition. And it's about enjoying the experience of running through the boroughs. It's literally line start to finish with crowds, so many different slices of life, and you really get that a real experience of New York City at its best. Everybody who lives in New York says it's the best state in New York City. So,
Miss New York, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there for sure.
Now, I mean, no, y'all don't have to give an answer, but do you have any picks for men's or women's?
Oh.
No, you don't have to. I'm not going to put anybody on the hot seat. I'm just asking.
What you got, Devontae?
I want Kipchoge to win, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like once your body has felt sub 2 before, obviously, we said, it's not official, but I want him to show that dominance. Yeah, this is my first time here, but I can come out here, show up here, and still take everybody down.
Yeah.
I think his last 2 races have been underwhelming, disappointing, probably to him, without a doubt. The Olympics, and but what a story that would be. Just because the last couple have not been his way. Maybe yes, he's up there in age, and as even publicly said, he's there to serve a different function, to inspire and spread the positivity of running and what that can do. But I'm sure he's thinking about it.
It's crazy.
I'm sure he's thinking about it.
That sub 2 was 6 years ago. That's so
yeah.
Time flies. I remember yesterday. That's actually crazy.
Yeah. Well, he was world record holder in 2018, sub 2 2019, then broke his own world record again. 2022?
He was on fire for it was a good my early college years. He was on fire.
I would love
Does
to
it
see
inspire you to run a marathon?
Maybe, who knows?
Okay.
Ford X Marathon might be coming, guys.
All right. Now I want to go into some hot things in track and field that's been, if you're in track and field, you've seen this news pop up. But USATF Track and Field, they launched a USATF Tour. And then Carl Lewis, this is a comment that he put on Instagram, and I will read it out loud. Sorry, but USATF hasn't proven that they can run a league. This is a terrible idea that will hurt all of the members. Why are they not lifting up the events we have now? They couldn't even keep their own meets running, and now they want to run everyone else's.
Oh,
well, doesn't sound like he's a fan.
I'm not gonna lie. I seen it. I read it. I'm kind of liking it. A lot of people are very much against it, but I'm kind of with it. It's very similar to the World Continental Tour, and I like the idea of it. Gives you USATF sanctioned events in the USA, and it gives people something to look forward to. You don't have to go out here. The pros don't have to plan. Oh, can I run here? Should I run here? Should I run there? It gives the fresh college kids who just got out of college trying to make their way in the pro world. Okay, I'm looking forward to this tour now. I know I'm going to be in my country. You don't have to worry about traveling to Europe. Things about passports. Unfamiliar faces, crazy flights. It's a lot easier, and it's going to help that next generation of young USA athletes so much more.
I think this is like a case of a lot of things existing at once, because I think there's a lot to like with USATF starting this. But at the same time, I think Carl Lewis is like also speaking from the perspective of being a USATF athlete, and we all seen what he can do. And he's always been vocal about stuff that he didn't care for. So I'm pretty sure like he's seen some things, experienced some things, and even outside the sport has witnessed things that just hasn't been that desirable in terms of USATF and what they've done or what they haven't done for certain athletes. So I think maybe he might be a bit jaded, and understandably so. So seeing this probably doesn't excite him for like those reasons, as we've all seen some stuff, you know, especially in the track and field space, especially with USATF. So I am hoping that it's going to be something that, to your point, Devontae, is exactly that, as opposed to maybe some of the not so great things we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I hope it's that. I think, and I can only assume, but I think where that comment might be coming from is that, what year are we in? 2025 and 2022, I believe. I forgot what year, but it only lasted 2 years. They had the New York Grand Prix, LA Grand Prix, and Bermuda Grand Prix. They're all gone. Like it's like they had those three, and I don't know the details of like why it was gone, but I think that's where like some of the doubt came from, is because it's like y'all had, and I'm not gonna lie, New York Grand Prix, LA Grand Prix, I was having a time. I was there, and like it was a good experience. It wasn't like your athletes or anything like that, but it was still a good experience. So I think that's where at least originally my hesitation was. I was like, oh, this is a tour. But what happened to the meets that lasted for 2 years? And now we have applications for people to like bid for, like, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of questions I have, but
so all we got is a press release, like pretty high level. Like it's still early days. I think, to my perspective, from what I can gauge, is that it's just kind of trying to unite things, similar to the way World Athletics does it. That you just have some standards, you have some financial support, you have a calendar that's unified under some sort of governing body. I think it's less that like they're putting on meets, but maybe just being trying to consolidate things, because I think that's a gripe that a lot of athletes and fans have, is that it can be tough to track things.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually surprised it doesn't already exist.
And I wonder, I mean, a question for everybody: do you think this came because, like, do you think the conversation started when Grand Slam was announced?
Of course.
And then did it even start? They were like, oh, we need to really lock in because Athlos is having it. Like, to your point, I don't want to say it's too late, but it's like the USATF has been around. Yeah. And it's like, is it because athletes, to your point, have been asking for it?
Yeah.
Like, why now?
It's a trend. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I feel like we are finally in this trend where it's like, oh, you know, when athletes are starting to really realize their worth with things that Grand Slam attempted to do and things that Athlos is doing and things like that. But USATF is a little late to it, but I do hope that they're able to make everything happen, because you were talking about 2022 with some canceled meets. I mean, 2025, they had the canceled meet. So, and we're still in 2025.
Yeah.
So I think it's very fair for athletes post and present to be kind of shaky on the idea and not really buying into it, especially in light of Grand Slam. And I know that's probably a stray to USATF that has nothing to do with them, but you know, timing matters.
Yeah.
And now everyone's probably kind of like, what can you show me first? Why should I buy into this? Why should I trust you? Why should I participate? Why should I be a part of this?
Yeah.
Show me something different.
I think it's three big things. One, people start learning that track and field isn't just about running fast anymore. You know, one, you have people that want to be entertained. Like, you need to entertain people. You need to entertain the audience. Two, there are more athletes who are not just like trying to go get contracts. There are people without contracts who are trying to run, trying to compete. So now you have more athletes. And three, that's how you bring in money. If you want to bring in money, you have to keep these people entertained. And so, like, there's a lot of changes coming. You see people attempting to make a difference. Oh, this needs to change. You're seeing Grand Slam, Athlos. You're seeing World Athletics say things, the World Ultimate Championships. And so I think USATF is trying to figure out, okay, what can we do to make track and field like impactful? How can we change? What can we bring to the table now? So everybody's in the middle of trying to bring the next big thing to track and field, and like, you can only do something. You can only work with what you figure out. Like, you know, you got to go through trial and error. And so, like, I think another thing is, like, Carl Lewis might be a little resistant to change, because a lot of times we see with that older generation, they're like, oh, no, like, this failed once. But, like, a lot of people fail more than once before, you know? Like, everything doesn't just start off, oh, we tried to make this change and it's perfect now. Like, no, like, things mess up. And so maybe USATF heard feedback, listened to feedback. But, like, if they don't do anything, they're going to get criticized. And now people are criticizing them for trying to make a difference, you know?
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't. We all know it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
But I will say what I do like about it is I hope it grows the sport within this country. Going to certain diamond leagues and seeing like the stands looked like a Super Bowl arena was refreshing because this is a beautiful sport. And I hope that USATF with this new league, they're able to emulate that in the United States of America.
That's a good point. I want it to work. Like, it's not even me being like, oh, it's going to fail. Like, no. LA Grand Prix and New York Grand Prix, I had a good time. It was easy to get to. Like, I was
ready
sad
to
when
go.
it was going. What? I was so sad when it left.
So ready to go.
So I'm curious to see what locations and what like stadiums and people put in bids to like get it there. I'm curious to see like, does American Track League go to it? Like, what happens? So I'm excited for it.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. And then you'll see all of FloTrack there. Wherever it's at, we'll be there.
If all else fails, you'll see Ford making the new track league.
What you gonna call it? What you gonna call it?
It's gonna be Ford X Track.
Okay. So we got Ford X Hurdles, Ford X Track, Ford X Marathon.
We got it all, man. Ford X everything, actually. Ford X World.
Let me see a Ford X Carl Lewis collab. You can interview him after the USATF.
I'm gonna put that clip in there if you call him old.
Let's not do that.
Awesome. Well, thank y'all so much for watching episode 32. We will be on the ground for New York City Marathon, talking about all the things. This episode is presented by Tracksmith and Maurten. Bye, y'all.